You're watching South Asia Newsline, and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Wednesday, the 14th of May. India slams China's preposterous renaming attempts of places in Arunachal Pradesh. India expels Pakistani official for espionage. Pakistan makes tit-for-tat move. And Taliban says ready for dialogue with the US on Afghan refugees. And now for all the details. India has categorically rejected China's vain and preposterous attempts to rename places in the Indian state of Arunachal Pradesh and emphasized that such maneuvers would not change the reality that Arunachal Pradesh was, is and will always remain an integral and alienable part of India. In a statement, India's Foreign Ministry spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal, rejecting the Chinese assertion, said New Delhi has noticed that China has persisted with its vain and preposterous attempts to name places in the Indian state of Arunachal Pradesh. Consistent with our principled position, we reject such attempts categorically, Jaiswal said. He added that such creative naming will not alter the undeniable reality that Arunachal Pradesh is an integral part of India. China claims India's northeastern state of Arunachal Pradesh to be a part of southern Tibet, and in its past it has renamed several places in the region in Chinese. India has time and again firmly rebuffed the baseless arguments by China to rename Indian territories. And as tensions still loom between New Delhi and Islamabad, both countries declared junior staff working at diplomatic missions in their respective countries as persona non grata. New Delhi on Tuesday said a Pakistani official of the Pakistani High Commission was expelled from the country for espionage in India, with a demarche issued to Pakistan charged the affair's Saad Warrick. While the identity of the official was not revealed, reports have indicated the staff was linked to recent arrest of two individuals for leaking sensitive information regarding Indian Army movements to Pakistan. Hours later, Pakistan, in a tit-for-tat move, expelled an Indian official on similar charges without providing further links or evidence. Meanwhile, as truce between India and Pakistan entered the fourth day, New Delhi has reiterated no third party was involved in ending the hostilities, effectively dismissing US President Donald Trump's claims of brokering the truce. Addressing a weekly press briefing, India's Foreign Ministry spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal said, while Indian Prime Minister did receive calls from US Vice President J.D. Vance, it was conveyed if Pakistan fires, India will respond accordingly. He added it was action by Indian forces that compelled Pakistan to seek an agreement with India. Slamming Trump for his offer to mediate on Kashmir, Jaiswal said it's a long-standing national position that any issues pertaining to Jammu and Kashmir have to be addressed by India and Pakistan bilaterally. He added the policy has not changed and the outstanding matter is only the vacation of illegally occupied Indian territories by Pakistan. Meanwhile, as a fragile truce ended the hostilities between India and Pakistan, Islamabad has said it remains committed to the understanding with India agreed after 4 days of intense fighting last week, but raised objection over Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's recent remarks, calling them provocative. In a statement, Pakistan's Foreign Ministry raising objection to said the comments made by Prime Minister Modi during the address to the nation were inflammatory. The statement added the truce was brokered with help of friendly nation, a claim rejected by PM Modi as well as the Indian Foreign Ministry. In a copycat remarks, the statement further said Pakistan will monitor India's actions towards the truce and will respond accordingly. Notably, Prime Minister Modi reiterated India's stance in his address to Air Force personnel in Adampur. He said India's Lakshman Rekha against terrorism is now very clear. If they are in any terror attack again, India will give a befitting reply, as he once again highlighted India has only suspended its military response on Pakistan's appeal. He said, while India is the country of Buddha, it is also the land of Guru Gobind Singh, and added, tradition to take up arms to destroy evil and establish righteousness. India wants peace, but if humanity is attacked, then India also knows very well how to destroy the enemy on the war front. The Indian Prime Minister said with S-400 system in the background, which Islamabad claimed was destroyed in its military action.
साथियों, आतंक के विरुद्ध भारत की लक्ष्मण रेखा अब एकदम स्पष्ट है। अब फिर कोई टेरर अटैक हुआ तो भारत जवाब देगा, पक्का जवाब देगा। ये हमने सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक के समय देखा है, एयर स्ट्राइक के समय देखा है, और अब तो ऑपरेशन सिंदूर भारत का न्यू नॉर्मल है।
Moving on. The Taliban regime has said it is ready for dialogue with the Trump administration on repatriating Afghan refugees whose TPS, temporary protected status in the US, will expire on July 12. Washington announced on Monday that TPS for Afghanistan would end on May 20, citing an improved security situation. Taliban spokesperson Abdul Kahar Balkhi said Kabul is ready to engage in constructive dialogue with the US and other countries regarding repatriation of Afghans who no longer meet criteria to remain in host countries. Although the Taliban have assured that returnees can safely return, the UN has documented executions, disappearances and the imposition of strict restrictions on women. The US decision threatens more than 11,000 Afghans, many of whom aided American forces during the two-decade war. Since 2021, Afghanistan has suffered the world's second worst humanitarian crisis and a collapsing economy. Earlier in April, more than 1 lakh Afghan refugees were also expelled by Pakistan. India has expressed concern over the ban on deposed Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's Awami League while urging for free and fair elections in Bangladesh. As a democracy, India is naturally concerned at the curtailment of democratic freedoms and shrinking political space in the neighbouring country. India's Foreign Ministry spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal said, calling for early and inclusive polls. Ties between New Delhi and Dhaka have grown tense since Hasina's ouster amid the July movement uprising, which accused her of authoritarian rule and human rights abuses. India had long supported the Awami League-led government, viewing it as a key ally in regional stability and counter-terrorism. Elections are entirely Bangladesh's internal matter, said Press Secretary Shafiqul Alam. We have witnessed how the Awami League destroyed a democratic fabric and compromised sovereignty during its 15-year rule. Alam defended the ban, citing national security and the protection of July movement activists and war crimes tribunal witnesses. Moving on. Sri Lanka Podujana Permuna MP Namal Rajapaksa has condemned through recent inauguration of a Tamil genocide memorial in Canada, calling it a politically motivated move that distorts the country's history. Taking to X, Rajapaksa urged the Sri Lankan government to take immediate diplomatic action and summon the Canadian High Commissioner in protest. He criticized Canada for promoting what he called a false genocide narrative regarding the final stages of Sri Lankan civil war, emphasizing that no genocide has been proven under international law. The memorial, he argued, undermines reconciliation efforts and reflects the influence of certain Tamil diaspora factions that he claims seek to divide the country for political gain. Rajapaksa highlighted the violent legacy of LTTE and its widespread use of child soldiers. He described the military campaign against the LTTE as a legitimate effort to end terrorism affecting both Tamil and Sinhala civilians. He also accused Canada of having a history of sympathizing with extremist groups, including LTTE and Khalistani elements, which he said compromises its credibility on global peace and security issues. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Till then, good night.